this is Stern. Welcome to the school news.
Hello, my name is Angelina, and welcome to a special episode of the school news celebrating Women's History Month. We each have a woman to tell you about, so let's learn about some inspiring women. I will be telling you about Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Ruth Bader Ginsburg was born on March 15, 1933. She was born in Brooklyn, New York. Both of her parents were immigrants. She served as the United States Court of Appeals for 13 years. President Bill Clinton nominated her to be a Supreme Judge in 1993. This made her the second woman and first Jewish woman to serve on the Supreme Court. She worked as a major ally for gender equality and women's rights during her time. I think she had a good job because she likes to help people. And this has been Angelina celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Daniel, and this is our week in Women's History. I'll be telling you about Catherine Beecher. Catherine Beecher was born in East Hampton, New York on September 6, 1800. She was a teacher in the 19th century to help people learn. She wanted equal access to education for women. And this has been Daniel celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Brian. This is our week in Women's History Month. I will be telling you about Elizabeth Blackwell. She's the first woman in America to receive a medical degree. Elizabeth Blackwell was born near Bristol, England, on February 3, 1821. Blackwell was inspired to pursue medicine by a dying friend, who said her ordeal would have been better had she had a female physician. She was also an anti-slavery activist. Elizabeth Blackwell was a famous medical doctor and well respected. She pioneered work in opening the medical professions to women. And this has been Brian celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Daniel, and this is our Weekend Women's History. I will be telling you about Elizabeth Cady Stanton. Elizabeth Cady Stanton formulated the agenda for women's rights that guided the struggle well into the 20th century. She was born on November 12, 1815 in Johnstown, New York. Stanton was the daughter of Margaret Livingston and Daniel Cady. As NWSA president, Stanton was an outspoken social and political commentator and debated the major political and legal questions of the day. And this has been Daniel celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Dominic, and this is our weekend's Women's History Month. I will be telling you about Shirley Temple. Shirley Temple was a child actress with curly hair. She was a U.S. ambassador. Shirley Temple sadly passed away in 2014. I think that she was a great American woman, and this has been Dominic celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Eric, and this is our weekend Women's History. I will be telling you about Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart had a brief life, setting the path for other female pilots. Amelia Earhart took her first airplane flight in 1920, setting the woman's altitude record at 14,000 feet. In 1932, Amelia Earhart was the first woman pilot to complete a solo flight across the Atlantic. and this has been Eric celebrating Women's History Month.
My name is Ethan B., and this is our Week in Women's History. I will be telling you about Minnie Okobo. Born June 12, 1912, Minnie Okobo was Japanese American and grew up in Riverside, California. Her parents were both born in Japan, but came to the United States in 1904 to represent the country at the St. Louis Exposition of Arts and Crafts. With a background in art, she gained a scholarship to study art at the University of California, Berkeley, and graduated with a Bachelor of Arts degree in art in 1935. During World War II, she made famous drawing of Japanese and Japanese American lockdowns, and this has been Ethan B. with our Week in Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Rebecca, and this is our Week in Women's History. I will be telling you about Clara Barton. She saved wanted soldiers during the Civil War and founded the American Red Cross. She later became a nurse. Today, the Red Cross provides emergency assistance, disaster relief, preparedness, education in the United States. And this has been Rebecca celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Phoenix, and this is our week in Women's History. I will be telling you about Ruby Bridges. Ruby Bridges was born on September 8, 1954. She became the first African American to integrate an elementary school. In 1959, she attended a segregated New Orleans kindergarten. She graduated from a desegregated high school, became a travel agent, got married, and had 4 sons. And this has been Phoenix celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Stephanie, and this is our week in women's history. I will be telling you about Pocahontas. Pocahontas was born around 1956 to her father and her unknown mother. Her real name was Anthony. She helped English settlers survive in the early 1600s, including John Smith, who claims she saved his life. Pocahontas' story was so interesting that Walt Disney movie production about her life in 1955, and that made her a Disney princess. And this has been Stephanie celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Joshua, and this is our weekend Women's History Month. Today, I will tell you all about Joseph E. Baker. Joseph E. Baker was an American-born French entertainer, French residence agent, and civil rights activist. Her career was centered primarily in Europe, mostly in her adopted France. She was the first black woman to star in a major motion picture in the 1927 film Siren of the Tropics. During her career, Baker was renewed as a dancer and was among the most celebrated performers to headline the values of her performance. In the Revue in 1927, called a sensation in the city. Her costume consisted of only a short skirt of artificial bananas and the beaded necklace, become an iconic image and a symbol both of the jazz and the Rolling Twenties. Although based in France, Baker supported the civil rights movement during the 1950s when she arrived in New York City with her husband Joe. They refused reservations at 36 hotels because of racial discrimination. She was upset by this treatment, that she wrote articles about segregation in the United States. She also began traveling into the South she gave a talk at Fisk University, a historical black college in Nashville, Tennessee. 4 days later, Baker was found lying peacefully in a bed, surrounded by newspapers with glowing reviews of her performance. She was in a coma after suffering a cerebral hemorrhage. She was taken to the hospital when she died at the age of 68 on April 12, 1975. And this has been Joshua Wigan Weekend Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Peter, and this is our Weekend Women's History. I will be telling you about Alice Guy Blache. She was a French pioneer filmmaker active from the late 19th century and one of the first to make a narrative fiction film. She was the first woman to direct a film. From 1896 to 1906, she was probably the only female filmmaker in the world. She made her first film ever in 1896. It was called The Fairy of the Cabbages. It was only 1 minute long. She was a co-founder of the Solax Studios in 1912, Flushing, New York. She made $100,000 to make a new studio in Fort Lee, New Jersey. While she made a film in the same year, it was a fool and his money. And this has been Peter celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Joseph M., and this is our week in Women's History. I will be telling you about Dolores Huerta. Dolores Huerta was born on April 10, 1930 in Dawson, New Mexico to Alicia and Juan Fernandez. Dolores Huerta was a co-founder of the United Farm Workers Association, and she started by being a teacher in the 1950s. But then she saw so many hungry farm children that she decided to help by organizing farmers and farm workers. Dolores Huerta was a great woman. She received the Eleanor Roosevelt Human Rights Award in 1998 and the Presidential Medal of Freedom in 2012 because of all her work to help farmers get paid better money and to be treated more fairly. And this has been Joseph M. celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Bailey, and this is our Weekend Women's History Month. I will be telling you about Rosa Parks. On December 1st, 1955, Rosa Parks boarded a bus in Montgomery, Alabama, and got arrested for refusing to move from her seat. She was an established organizer and leader in the civil rights movement in Alabama. Not only showed active resistance by refusing to move, she also helped organize and plan the Montgomery bus boycott. After the boycott, Parks and her husband moved to Hampton, Virginia, and later permanently settled in Detroit, Michigan. And this has been Bailey celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Mike, and this is our week in Women's History. I will be telling you about Carrie Chapman Catt. She was a political and peaceful activist that helped get the word out for women to be able to vote. She also became involved with the National American Women Suffrage Association and an outcasting speaker. In 1902, Catt founded the International Women Suffrage Alliance to spread democracy around the globe. And this has been Mike celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Luke, and this is our week in Women's History. I will be telling you about Sally Ride. Sally Ride was the first American woman in space. She made her journey into history on June 18th, 1983. She was an avid tennis player and had dreams of becoming a professional. She passed away on July 23, 2012, after a 7-month battle with pancreatic cancer. And this has been Luke celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Alex B. This is our week in Women's History. I'll be telling you about Anne Frank. When she was growing up, Anne Frank wanted to be a writer or a journalist. Unfortunately, her life was cut short during the Holocaust. Although she was unable to witness it, Anne Frank's writing in her diary became one of the most recognized accounts of her life for a Jewish family in hiding Europe during World War II. This has been Alex B. celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, my name is Adonis, and this is our week in Women's History. I will be telling you about Harriet Tubman. Harriet Tubman helped people escape from slavery. She was known as the Moses of her people. Harriet Tubman had 8 siblings, and this has been done celebrating Women's History Month.
My name's Aiden, and this is our week in Women's History Month. We'll be telling you about Rita Scott. She was an American artist and the first woman to receive screen credit as an animator at the Walt Disney Animation Studios. She received a scholarship from the Seattle Art and Music Foundation. In the 4th grade, that she used to attend 10 years of creative art classes. He animated Donald Snowball Fight and Bambi. And this has been Aiden celebrating Women's History Month.
Hello, this is Michael. Women's History about Serena Williams. She's a professional player, and Serena's a talented player. She has been Nike and Puma, and this has been Michael, Women's History Month.